Next news, breaking news.
President Trump is on Air Force One tonight for a historic flight straight into Beijing. Limos from the presidential motorcade have already been spotted on the ground as the Secret Service locks in security. The whole world's watching what happens when 47 sits down with Xi Jinping in just 24 hours. President Trump already told reporters he does not need any help from China on Iran, yet he promises a lot of good things are going to come out of this trip. Elon Musk and top executives are coming along for the ride. This is not a normal diplomatic stop. This is America First power on full display against their top adversary. So what kind of deal will Trump be bringing home? That's the big question. You see, American families feel every ripple when supply chains stay strong and energy securities hold firm. This trip could lock in better trade terms and protect manufacturing jobs right here at home. Communities across the heartland win when tariffs stay ready as leverage and China stops flooding markets. Now, politically, this moment shows the world Trump means business with real strength instead of weakness from past years. National defense depends on steady resources and smart deals that keep technology and chips from falling into the wrong hands. If negotiations succeed, America regains ground on energy independence and economic dominance. If they stall, tariffs double and pressure builds fast. Everyday citizens gain from leadership that puts U.S. workers first and security first against foreign influence. The stakes reach every kitchen table and factory floor. Now, before we dive deeper into this China summit, here is some urgent breaking news tied directly to our national strength. This news out of Washington as the White House has officially declared a national emergency under Executive Order 14156. It's a move aimed at expanding America's coal supply chain capacity to prevent shortages that officials warn could impair national defense capability. This is no longer just an energy story, it is now a national security story. As global infrastructure spending surges, military production accelerates, and emerging markets build at historic speed, supply chains are sending clear warning signs. Forge Resources stands ready with strategic holdings in the United States under FRGGF and in Canada as FRG. Check the exclusive briefing below, but it's only for Next News viewers. Their team focuses on critical resources that power defense and industry right when America needs them most. Investors who understand real leverage in volatile times follow this play closely as the administration strengthens domestic capacity against foreign pressure. Now back to the summit with President Trump carrying that same strength right into Beijing. The full team is back together for this mission. Secretary Marco Rubio joins despite his past CCP sanctions, along with Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, and Trade Representative Jamieson Greer. Elon Musk sits in the front cabin ready to push discussions on chips and AI. This lineup brings unmatched firepower to the table against our number one competitor. Here's some of the early footage. President Trump's limos spotted in Beijing as the Secret Service prepares for President Trump's historic visit to China. This is just before President Trump arrived in Beijing. And so the limos have been spotted in Beijing. Secret Service gearing up for arrival, and now President Trump is wheels up from D.C., heading straight to the summit. President Trump giving a wave right outside Air Force One, which is soon to be retired, and the new Air Force One will be put into service. So Trump departing Washington for the historic visit, already laying out exactly how he plans to handle his counterpart in Beijing. Here's the president outside of the Oval just before departing.
Message to President Xi as it relates to the Iran war?
Well, I think number one, we're going to have a long talk about it. I think he's been relatively good, to be honest with you. You look at the blockade, no problems. They get a lot of their oil from that area. We've had no problem, and he's been a friend of mine. He's been somebody that we get along with. And I think you're going to see that good things are going to happen. This is going to be a very exciting trip. A lot of good things are going to happen.
A lot of good things are going to happen. He calls him a friend, promising some big wins. Eric Trump posting this: "We are so back. The crew is getting ready to go to China. You can see Rubio and Lara and Eric all getting ready to go. The team is getting together again. Eric Trump also surging forward with Trump to confront America's top adversary head-on. We have this. Elon Musk is waiting in the wings to surge to China with Trump, who will board Air Force One. Listen.
AI and semiconductor chips are also up for discussion.
And the commander-in-chief is bringing along some high-profile guests, including top business executives like Elon Musk, Tim Cook, Larry Fink, and Kelly Oldberg.
First class is going to be packed.
That's right. Right. I know that's one.
I mean, do they ever sit in?
I know. But they got to stay up
Where
as
do
well.
they sit? They sit with the president. They sit in his living room area.
Maybe.
They're not with the press pool, I can tell you that in the back.
Right. So we spoke to Fox Business correspondent Taylor Riggs earlier about the significance of their presence on this trip.
So we have top executives joining, high-profile business leaders like Musk and Tim Cook joining the fight. But Democrats in Washington already attacking the entire mission. Of course, enter Senator Schumer.
Old saying that only Nixon could go to China, but soon they'll say only Trump could sell out to China. Xi Jinping has Donald Trump salivating at the prospect of $1 trillion Chinese investments in America that would threaten America's supply chains, threaten economic independence, threaten national security, strengthen China at the expense of American strength. Donald Trump wants
I think Chuck Schumer should probably shut up. Talking about threatening national security. This is a guy who let DHS be shut down for what, like 78 days? So Schumer claims that Trump is ready to sell out American interests, yet the president telling reporters he will not need Xi to intervene on Iran.
Aisha Husni is in Beijing tonight to tell us how the president responded. Hi, Aisha.
John, good morning from Beijing. The president making some news on his departure, saying that he does not need President Xi to intervene on his behalf when it comes to the conflict with Iran, although he did say he's going to have a long talk with him about it as China stands to benefit the most from a reopened Strait of Hormuz.
Do
you think he can help in any way?
No, I don't think we need any help with Iran. We'll win it one way or the other.
Tonight, President Trump says he can handle Iran alone as he heads to China for a summit with President Xi in Beijing, noting, though, that China is the largest buyer of Iranian crude oil.
We're going to have a long talk about it. They get a lot of their oil from that area. We've had no problem, and he's been a friend of mine. He's been somebody that we get along with, and I think you're going to see that good things are going to happen.
Trump says the ceasefire with Iran is on life support. Democrats say Americans are already paying the price.
He started this attack on Iran and gas prices went through the roof, and 1,500 tankers are sitting in the Straits of Hormuz trying to figure out what this president's up to.
The president also says he'll discuss Taiwan with Xi, the largest chip maker in the world, amid an ongoing threat of a Chinese invasion. Tariffs, AI, and rare earth minerals used in chips are also expected to come up, while American farmers hit by higher diesel fuel prices want China to buy 25 more million metric tons of soybeans.
They are such a large buyer that if we lose that market, it's going to negatively impact soybean farmers throughout the United States.
Trump is also bringing with him 16 tech and business CEOs, including Elon Musk, Apple's Tim Cook, and BlackRock's Larry Fink. A united front, says the U.S. ambassador to China.
These people want a level playing field. They're here to echo what President Trump is talking about, and we welcome them, and I think the Chinese do as well.
And John, Fox has learned that we will also see on the ground here in Beijing the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, the Trade Rep, Jamieson Greer, and the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, who, as you'll remember, back in 2020 was sanctioned as a senator by China, banned from ever coming here. That, of course, does not apply to the top diplomat now coming.
So Trump is handling Iran talks solo while listing tariffs and chips as top agenda items. James Comer says China knows the tariff hammer is ready if the talks fail.
on the table. This is a very important meeting. China has the message. They know President Trump's record. He'll double the tariffs on China if this meeting doesn't go according to plan in their eyes. So I would like to see China to stop buying oil from Iran, but that's probably not a realistic goal to be achieved by President Trump. But I'm sure he's going to. He's the art of the deal guy. He's going to probably throw that on the table, and who knows? He may get a lot of wins.
You mentioned the word pain, and when the
So Comer knows what's up. China has heard the warning on doubled tariffs, but the biggest statement from Marco Rubio, traveling with the president despite being sanctioned, a big blockbuster move they're calling it. He was sanctioned by the CCP, a power move, but he's going to be joining Trump anyway. President Trump getting the sanction lifted as he is now the Secretary of State. So Trump's made it clear he handles Iran without any favors from Xi and still expects real wins on trade and security. China already knows tariffs could double if talks slip. This is leverage pure and simple with the entire America First cabinet and top business leaders backing the play. No photo op here. This is direct negotiation that puts U.S. strength first and forces real results. The world sees who holds all the cards now. So President Trump preparing to land in Beijing carrying American leverage that no other leader matches. The wins stack up for our workers, our security, and our future. Democrats are already panicking with desperate claims, but the facts show strength, not surrender. Share this report with every patriot who wants real results and drop a comment with your thoughts and answer this yes or no question. Do you trust Trump to deliver on China? Make sure you join the hundreds and hundreds of patriots who already have. They've texted raw feed to 844-840-4963. They're already getting direct updates that bypass the suppression of our work here at the Next News Network, getting direct notifications from me to their phone. Make sure you check out the Next News merch shelf below this video for some new gear and show your support. We stay vigilant because America First always wins.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this. Share this now.